So welcome to another episode of Heel vs. Men on Card, and I actually found some at Target recently. A couple of things. And the best thing I found at Target this weekend was this hunk of plastic. Bang. VADER. I hardly ever actually find when they have Legends or any of the sought after figures. I'd been wanting VADER for a long time, and I almost snapped it, pulled the trigger on buying one of the older ones. It was really expensive. I'm glad they came out with this one. I found it. Also found a British Bulldog of this, which I might do a review of. It might just up in there. Or I don't know. But I had to get this, and I had to do a review of it really quick. So let's open this up and let's talk about Big Bang VADER. So to do a roll call inventory that what comes with this figure, let's do it really quick and then we'll dive into more detail. You get his huge VADER helmet, and my first thought, which I'm sure a lot of people, even though I'll probably never do anything with it, is how can you make the smoke and how can you make these eyes red? I don't even remember the eyes necessarily being red, but I think it would look cool if they was. But shoot up some smoke through this. Vape pen would do that. And then you got two punching hands, because they got him doing the VADER thing in the action figure when we show it. You got alternate head with him without any mask. And then you got his kind of, I don't know, I always got like a wrestling vibe from this, like a collegiate wrestling vibe or something. I don't know. Maybe a little S&M type thing from that. And then you got the figure himself. So, and like I said, the hands do the VADER pose. But this is really cool, and I want to get into some details because I have some questions I wonder about this. So one of my biggest things with this figure, like pulling it out right away, is I don't remember in WCW if he had this mask ever. I just remember him having this and then like this mask. So I don't know if that was just a Japan thing. I can't remember, I'm old, but I don't know for sure if he ever actually did have that. But like, this is a really awesome looking figure, and yes, he does the VADER hand gestures if you look closely right there. So it's really cool. He's got those on both hands, but you also get, you know, some VADER punching hands, so he beat the crap out of people. Yeah. But one of my first thoughts when I got this was like, is this body the Bam Bam Big Ol'? Oops. Is the Bam Bam Big Ol' body? Is that what this is? Because it kind of looks like that body in a way, at least from the waist down. It looks like might be a new sculpt from this, whatever articulation is from here up. Might be a little bit more because his shoulders seem to be thinner and the arms a little bit different than Big Ol's, but I don't have mine right beside me, so I can't like compare them. But that's pretty cool. And like, he's got these big knee pads on a lot of wrestling figures. The knees don't bend as good because of those, but this one seems to have been really good. So the plastic must be a lot better. And I think those are double knees if I'm not mistaken. So that might help a lot. Well, another thing with wrestling figures a lot is that their waist back and forward crunch, I guess, is usually loose. At least I find it is on. And then the hands are usually like really stiff, and the arms are. But this is like a really like awesome figure. I mean, just looking at it, like you can have him just automatically be like pretty freaking cool. And then you have his big, I don't know, Road Warrior almost, movie Road Warrior mask. Like, that thing's pretty cool. I wonder where he's gonna fit in my overall toy universe. It's just a wrestler or some kind of super villain. But this is really cool. And I think it just, yeah, it goes over pretty easy on his head. And like I said, I would like to get some like maybe do a smoke effect with him or something like that. The details on this probably aren't, like, I like the details on it, but you need, like, it's like a soft malleable plastic, but maybe just some wash to get the edges to come out, because they did a good job with it. I just think overall it needed something, because you're losing all that sculpt, that really cool sculpt. And then you get his like a masthead with his haircut like that, which is a pretty cool one to have. Like, because like I remember, I think it was against Sting, one of the biggest things is when he got his mask off, and it made him look vulnerable because he didn't look like some kind of monster. And then you have this mask, which I think used to go over this one, but let me pop his head off, and the head come off really easy. So if you want to see it, what kind of joints underneath there. But let's pop the other one back on. I mean, if you're a huge Leon White fan, you could just do him an AWA figure now with this head. It kind of looks like him when he was in AWA. But then you gotta put this mask on. That might be a lot harder. Let's pause this for a second and see. I'm not having very much luck trying to get this on this head. Like, I don't want to rip this because this looks really cool. But, I mean, this head's actually the same size, so. Nah, it might be something I'll try to figure out later. That's kind of disappointing in a way, because, like, okay, if you're going to give him this masthead, why not give him this with this on a head too? I mean, it's not like you do a ton of Vader, so like you could try to like make it even special. I keep having the head pop off really easy, but yeah, there it seems to be okay. So then you can get up in his poses. Put his big thing on. And there's Vader. Pretty awesome figure, and I usually don't find awesome figures. I mean, the rest of his costume is kind of basic. There goes that flip back. There's a lot of wrestling figures. Oh. But the loose stomach side, you could have told me ahead of time this one was going to be loose, and I would have still like been like, oh, still buying it. Still awesome. Maybe I'll have him be a Batman villain, like Batman, because this is awesome. When I went into Target, I seen a little kid with this, and I was like, okay, if that's the only one, I'm tracking down that kid later. So overall, with this great action figure, they got all the accessories you would want really with it. My biggest thing is like, will this fit on this? I'll have to probably heat this up to try to get it to go on this. If I have any problems with that, that would be probably my only setback. Because you got the hands, you got him doing that hand, you got that mask, and you got that helmet. There's some nitpicky things like, oh, this helmet may be better if it has more of a metallic look. So I might do a light brush over that. And then, like I said, you know, maybe you need to heat up this mask to get it on that head. And maybe it's going to be permanently on it, so why not? If it's going to be that hard to get this on here, probably should just put it on there to begin with. But overall, like, no. I waited to get a Vader figure for a very long time, and I'm not disappointed with what we got with this one. Just really, really cool overall.